provisioning template defines the configurations, the apps, and the settings that you want applied to your devices when you enroll them into Esper. You only use it when you provision using your chosen provisioning method, not after they're enrolled into Esper. So let's create a template to give you an example of how it works. We'll call it example X. And you can add a description if you wish. The compliance policy is first. It contains the security associated settings that you wish to apply to the devices onboarded with this template. So things like lock screen password, how you want to handle app permissions, system updates, the Android settings app, if password protection is required, what that password will be, how you want to handle Google account restrictions, factory reset protection, and then particular aspects of the device from a UI perspective and from a communications perspective. You can also determine how you want to handle ADB for secure remote ADB debugging. Noting that you'll see that there are tooltips that pop up as you hover over each of the options to help you understand the detail of which each configuration choice can meet. So with that, we'll go to the next, which is application management. So let's say we're going to do kiosk mode. What you do is you first add an application, and we'll do CPU-Z here. Select it. You have to select the version. We'll do 1.36. We'll click this to show you what this does, which is allowing you to add another app. So you can see CPU-Z is there. Let's say we wanted a utility that was available to an on-site technician on the home screen behind the pinned app. And so we'll choose PC Mark as an example. We have the Play Store app that you can choose as a version. We'll deselect, add another app. And now what we do is we select CPU-Z to pin on boot. You can see that you have additional options here of whether or not you want to install the app during provisioning or wait until after provisioning is done to install it. This is useful in situations where you have a large set of apps and you would prefer to complete the enrollment process and then let the installation process for your apps happen after enrollment is done. Now let's take a look at advanced settings. So you can see that you can use the Esper launcher, or if you want, you can use the default Android launcher. You'll notice that you can't select that because in kiosk mode, you have to use the Esper launcher to set up kiosk mode. Google Play Store, you can turn this off if you wish to not have Google Play Store on the device. And then you can also include preloaded apps by the package name. And that way you can show, hide, or delete those apps to facilitate how you manage in-ROM apps on the device. So we'll escape that and we'll go to the next option, which is wallpaper. Fairly straightforward. If you would like to include wallpaper, you can do that here by uploading the proper image files. Next are settings. So in the same way, you can see that you have tooltips to help you out. And device settings are typically accessible to the user depending on how you configure it. So they're separate from compliance policy and they don't have to do with security. So this is where you can turn Wi-Fi on and off, Bluetooth, determine your location method that is used on the device, include Wi-Fi access points that are automatically configured on the device, and the Wi-Fi credentials that you can use during enrollment using the 6-tap method. You can also do display settings, sound, and this is where you can determine ADB session. So if you turn on ADB earlier from a security perspective, you can now determine how long your session is in the settings section. With Enable JSON, what this allows you to do is work with Esper to have fine-grained configuration of settings on the device using this JSON file. So it gives us a lot of flexibility. Finally, you select the group that you want to put it in. You can choose the group from here. And then you can also create a new group if the group that you wish to put them in does not exist. Finally, at the end, you get a preview. Make sure that you have configured your template properly. And then once you're done, you save it. So now that you have it saved, how do you use it? Well, one way is QR code for 6-tap in Android for work. Another way is by downloading the config. If you wanted to, you could do it via ADB. And from here, you can also upload IMEI or serial numbers so that you can use it as part of Samsung Knox, mobile enrollment, Google Zero Touch enrollment, and also Android for work using the IMEI method. That's a quick overview of the provisioning template. Thank you very much.